Okay. Indeed. No, it's up to you. It still shows you on the home screen according to my Xbox. I can see you're in the lobby. But if I go on the thing and click on your profile, it just says home. Whoa! That's a very good question. Can I not get an ad for Black Ops 7, please? Yeah. Yeah. So I've got AI created art and you've got a transphobe. Still, could be worse. I'm gonna say I can't tell because we're in a fucking loading screen. Well, mine will be paused. It's mine. No, it's mine, I can tell because it just paused.
Did me to yours. It would help if I added my audio to your stream.
It would probably be beneficial, yeah.
So, well, I could hear myself anyway, but it's for whatever reason it's knocked it off when I ended mine.
So
Why is
let's
it?
have a look back. Obviously, I was not here for the last one, which was the Canadian
Yep.
Grand Prix, of which it was Senna who won it by a pretty sizable margin. 16.3 seconds to Dan Morris, with Frosty Racing down in P3. So, not too bad from there. Obviously, I was not here last week, so I'm just going to have a quick talk about 46.1 seconds.
Yeah, that was pretty going from you a few weeks ago. Luckily, I don't think we're going to be subject to that for the rest of the season.
Well, we'll find out. I am currently P7 in the Drivers' Championship. After doing a one and done. Senna, though, 102 points to Frosty's 83. So that point gap is opening up. So, be interesting to see how that plays out then. With Williams at 128 points versus Haas on 111. Obviously, my participation at Monaco helping out. Anyway, qualifying. head on board with the championship leader and see how he can do. So far looking pretty clean. Frosty Racing though, with the advantage at the moment. Both Alpines running very well at the moment as well in second and third. Senna fluctuating around. There's a lot. Everyone's looking very close at the minute.
Oh, Jack Daniels looped it. He's down to 12 at the moment.
Not a great start to tonight for Jack Daniels. However, Senna is clawing it back in with a purple middle sector. Has he got anything in the final sector? It looks like he might do. And Senna gets pole position by nearly a tenth of a second, having been P2 going into the final sector. Michael with a disqualification, that being an invalidated lap time. So Jack Daniels, the last of the ones that get a valid lap. Not great. It's a shame to see some low attendance as well.
Yeah, it's been going down for a few weeks, but obviously we've known of a few people who've had to kind of
there's a few people that are temporarily
decrease their involvement over the last few weeks.
Yeah. But there we go. Pole position for Senna with Frosty as championship rival. In P2, Dan Morris P3, Finley P4, Coleman P5, King Kong P6, Easy Life P7, Smug in 8th, Blunt Blade in 9th, and Syme in 10th. That is your top 10 for the Spanish Grand Prix. Ignore me just having a few chicken nuggets.
Fair enough. got to keep all the nutrition in there whilst we're commentating on a 100% race here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya.
I literally go to check to see if there's anything in the Twitch chat on the main stream, and do you want to know what I get an ad for again?
Lovely.
Blackout 7.
I'm his replacer.
God, those ads with the replacer for the darts were quite funny.
Yeah.
Those were quite funny. But
where's Dan?
But yeah, we've got the official stream going. There's a few different icons. I have got the chat open for the stream live on the DRS channel, so we shall see if anything crops up, but we are just waiting now on the drivers. I'm also just realising how they're doing the stream, Dan.
What's it?
They're literally just live streaming the browser window. Like, you can literally just see my thing in the corner. I mean, if it works, it works. So I forgot that it was a 100% race as well tonight, so we're in for a long one.
Speaking of the race, I'm just looking at tyres through the grid. It seems to be very mixed. Just to say that, there is now 4 people who've moved on to hards to start. We've got about 5 mediums and the rest are on softs. Pole sitter Senna looking to start on the medium for the time being.
So it could be a rather mixed up opening. Interesting. So, hopefully not too much longer on, well, for rating on the race start. And then we'll be able to get this race underway. Oh god. So, any predictions for tonight?
I'm going to say, looking at how the season's gone so far, I'm going to say I think the championship leader Senna is going to have the upper hand tonight.
Anyway, we shall soon find out as our drivers get underway. For the formation lap, we're going to get a confirmation of tyres. So we've got Senna on the mediums, Frosty on the softs, and with an aggressive start from the Haas driver. Dan Morris in the McLaren on the mediums, with Centra Finley leading the two Alpines on the hards. Lord Coleman on the mediums. Then we've got King Kong, Easy Life, Smug Git and Blunt Blade all on the hards, with Syme, Sainsy and Michael, the final of the medium runners, and then Jax Daniels on the softs. So, somewhat interesting. I saw a predicted strategy thing that looked as though it said potential soft medium, if not a soft medium as potential strategies, so we'll see what our drivers pick.
Yeah, it's just flashed up for me, soft medium or the soft medium. Not sure where the hards will fit into the equation. Obviously, there's potential, well, never usually ends up this way, but there's potential for a one-stop maybe, if someone's really... What is the gap between P1 and P13?
Jesus.
Senna was a bit eager to get back to the grid there.
That, I wonder how many people have just been like... Never know, they might have just got caught behind a cyclist.
You want to take the start?
Yep, here we go. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, and the Spanish Grand Prix is underway. Senna looks to have gotten a very, very good clean launch off the line there, and he has done, keeping that lead as Frosty might look towards the inside, but he doesn't. Everyone's slotting around, but it looks like someone's gone around, and that is King Kong in the Mercedes. Has looped it. Jax Daniels with a good start already, up to 9th. Everyone else somewhat just staying put, although Frosty is really filling out the mirrors here of Senna, wanting to use those soft compound tyres early on to try and stretch an advantage. So both Mercedes actually look to have gone round, as that was Daniel Morris off the track. Centra Finley looking to move up a position, but Dan Morris, I thought was around then, but no, he isn't, as Centra Finley drops back behind his teammate.
Simon's dropped into last place there. I don't know what's happened.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to the Mercedes guys, but
he's missing most of his front wing, so he's also made contact with someone.
We'll probably be able to understand that after the race. The top two have just gone.
Yep.
The gap is already about 2 seconds from Frosty Racing down to Daniel Morris.
So it seems everyone's staying quite close together just off as we come on to the second lap. Looks like Frosty's going to give Senna a good run for in this first stint.
Any other close battles? Let's have a look down towards Jax Daniels, who is looking to make some progress, but I've actually just noticed as well that Daniel Morris is closing back in on the top two.
Ooh, Sam's a bit wide on the exit of the final corner. Gonna see Frosty with the DRS down the start finish straight. Nice move from the Haas there. A little bit of a lock up on the entry, but seems to have recovered it. So now Senna, you wonder what his strategy is going to be with obviously Frosty being on the softs. One probably assume that potentially waiting for the softs to go off it would be a good idea, but you don't want to see that Haas get too far away. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. It looked like it was Michael who's been off somewhere. Any damage? I know you guys can't see my screen, but yeah, he's missing a front wing end plate on the left hand side. So I think he's been round, hit the wall.
Oh god, I'm not sure if you heard that click then. That was my elbow.
Just about heard it.
That was my elbow.
Someone's had a bit of excursion at the final corner. You can see a bit of tracks they've been brought back onto the circuit. Frosty moves to the inside to defend, and the Williams is going to have to
looking
wait.
Around the outside.
Is he? Yep, Williams is going to have to wait maybe.
Michael is in the pit lane.
Yep, that'll be to repair the damage.
I also missed that Syme did go in to repair that damage on his car.
Oh, I do apologise.
Do you know? Jax Daniels is actually missing his front right end plate, which I've just now picked up on. He did get through on Smug Git, so steadily making advancements as Daniel Morris is back in the DRS train at the front of the field. So, in prime striking position it seems, the man in the McLaren, as the two Alpines are pretty much neck and neck with each other on the road. Bit of trying to break the slipstream there from Frosty, but No unpredictable moves as Jax Daniels makes the move down the start-finish straight on Easy Life, and he's going to really want to try and push now and use those softs. See what pace he's got, even with the damaged front wing. But really, there's not many close battles ongoing as of right now. So we're just going to follow the lead train, heading up to the end of Sector 2. Everyone just managing to stay put. But it does seem as though Frosty is slowly pulling a gap. Might not be by much, but it is just a tenth here or there. Nothing to be done there, but a big lock-up it seemed there from Frosty. Oh god, no, you just let me off, Dan.
I do apologise.
I feel like everyone's tired around this time of year, don't we?
Sundown at like 4 o'clock and you just think, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. So Lord Coleman has managed to break the DRS gap to his teammate, and Jax Daniels is looking to be closing in rather rapidly. That wing damage seemingly not an issue for the Sauberman. Which kind of sounds like a non-copyrighted version of Spider-Man. Imagine putting that into the theme tune. Here we go. Potential move around the outside again here.
Well, his nose in front.
And he does it. What a move there, but what can Frosty do? Tried doing a potential Fernando Alonso, but doesn't make it work. So that is our championship leader back up into the lead of this race.
I've just noticed Daniel Morris is staying with the back of these guys, which is really good for the pro-am driver.
To them, once he got close to these guys, he hasn't allowed them to run away.
Nope. There's a yellow flag, looks like it's Syme again.
Yep, that was Syme. I wonder if it was just a spin. Things not going well for the Mercedes driver, as that is Smug Git that was off the road there. Wondering now if there was a bit of contact between him and the Aston Martin. That promotes Sainsey up into P8. And King Kong, who had spun at one point, and that is
Simon's retiring in the pit lane as well. Yeah.
But King Kong, who had spun out at the start of this race on lap 1, has been steadily recovering and is now within 2 seconds of the points, as it looked like Frosty wanted to try a move there, but got defended well by Senna. So we're wondering now as well, how much life have those soft tyres got remaining, and how much of them has Frosty just burnt up immediately? Well, it's looking at the moment as though he could be at risk of losing DRS pretty soon.
It looks like Senna's starting to pull away. I think maybe Frosty could be losing their tyres right about now. See, Smug gets gained a couple positions there, it looks like. Yeah, there's a good battle going on for 7th there.
Let's have a look. Oh my days, there are cars everywhere. And Senna, oh, that is Easy Life off the road, and that is a crash. That was an unsafe rejoin there by the Aston Martin driver, and as a result, that collects.
Yeah, King Kong's trying to get back to the pit lane with his broken front wing.
That one will almost certainly get pushed towards the stewards, and you know, luckily for the stewards, they'll have a helicam view of that one. That was just an unsafe rejoin from the Aston Martin driver. He's struggling to keep it on the road now with that damage, but Senna at the front is just gone. But this is a massive shame for King Kong, who managed to start recovering to get back into the points, and here he is about to be put a lap down. Already in this race, lap 10
As
of 66.
Frosty's lost the DRS, but Dan Morris isn't close enough to make a move just yet. And I think... Oh no, that's just King Kong coming back out the pits. I was going to say, it looked like there was a car behind them, but... nothing to be concerned about just yet for these top three.
Shit, I nearly dropped my phone.
That's no ideal.
No, not particularly. So yeah, that is Easy Life in the pit lane. Why am I... okay.
Have you seen some interesting activities?
No, it was mainly just the fact that you'll be able to watch this back on the broadcast. When I went to have a look at Easy Life going through the pit lane, for whatever reason I was only able to look either backwards, right, or left. I couldn't look forwards.
Ah.
So that's a whole new meaning of not having anything to look forward to. What? I couldn't look forward. There's literally nothing to look forward to.
I mean, there's some mechanics and...
Well, no, because they were towards my right. That's not forwards. Sainsy with the first 3-second time penalty, as Jax Daniels gets up past the first of the Alpines. That wing damage seemingly not phasing the mean green machine. Senna has definitely checked out at the front here now. Could you also check something for me real quick, Dan?
Indeed.
Check what penalty that King Kong had and what it was for.
King Kong received... well, it went to both Easy Life and King Kong. It was a 10-second severe collision penalty.
So they both got the penalty?
Indeed.
Okay. And the fact that
They
Easy
both
Life
served
maintained
them.
that position. It's definitely... it will definitely get looked at.
Yeah. Just be the first time in a long time that the stewards have been busy, really, isn't it? Like, I've not seen many steward reports in the past few weeks.
I've not noticed many. But no, if that doesn't get looked at, I'll be quite surprised, because that was, from the view that I had, a pretty obvious unsafe rejoin.
I remember as I was watching a different battle, so I could not really comment on what's happened. I saw the aftermath, but yeah.
Yeah, Senna is just checking out now.
Yeah.
So,
Now,
looking like a potentially third dominant performance in a row from a Williams.
who'd have thought it? Williams domination in 2025.
I mean,
If this is 1995, it'd be quite a different story.
Yeah. Like 1-2 being the only ones on the lead lap at Monaco. 16-second win last time out for Senna at Canada. Just comfortably.
We're setting each other off now.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be very, very interesting. At this rate.
I mean, there's possibly going to be a point in this race where I may have to dip out and get some coffee because I'm freezing.
Honestly, I would have to do the same.
But you'd be sick of it.
Chocolate. I know, the thing is, I don't make them, nor do I drink them. I'm just the dish bitch. And I've made that joke in work before. It's quite funny. But, I mean, at the end of the day, what would you rather do? Potentially cock up making a coffee for coffee drinkers, which can often be pretentious pricks, to put it lightly. Or would you rather get paid £12 an hour to just wash some dishes?
That's a fair point.
Which would you rather?
You do make a valid point.
Dishwash in peace, and maybe have to go and clean out some tables and mop the floor and take out some bins, or feel the wrath of the coffee drinker because you've cocked up their Americano?
Now, we do apologise to any coffee drinkers watching tonight.
Well, he does.
I don't have to. Well, yeah, I don't work in a coffee shop, so I don't have any complaints. I'm the customer at the coffee shop.
Like it's even down to the fact that you have to. You'd think Americano, black coffee, fine. No, you have to hold the cup in a specific way when the espresso shot pours into the cup to make sure that it looks nice. I'm not kidding. I am not joking on that one either. That is actually what you have to do. It's a bit ridiculous. Anyway.
Oh, it's a bit wide for Frosty. I think them softs are starting to give up.
They have been on that car now for 13
Coming to 14 laps.
King Kong is also looking to be going pretty quickly and actually attempting to be unlapping himself here.
Yeah, they had some decent pace before the incident, so...
Yeah, so...
It seems like we could potentially be lapping easy life in the next few laps maybe as well. I see the leaders are rapidly gaining.
About 5 seconds between King Kong and Easy Life. And King Kong looks to be within a second, well, he will be within a second of Senna. Looking at Senna's steering wheel, he has 52 laps of fuel.
I'm just going to direct your attention to Finley and Jack Daniels for 5th place.
These two have been very, very close since the move was made by Jack Daniels to get up into 5th.
But Finley's probably feeling the goodness of them. Oh, I was going to say, he's feeling the goodness of the hard tyres, but he's just gone a bit wide there. I say a bit, he's about...
got a bit too much of the goodness of the biscuit there. And that's probably where I've lost Dan.
You want now?
You're usually the chronically online person. If there's any kind of meme or reference, you're the one that understands it.
Oh, no, I was getting distracted with other things.
Yeah, I just said maybe you got a bit too much of the goodness of the biscuit. Do you know what I'm on about?
I do.
Thank you. If you didn't know that one, I'd have been a bit ashamed of myself. One blade goes up a position unseemly.
Can we maintain some amount of professionalism?
When have we ever had professionalism? That's why they keep it,
well,
because we're funny.
Some level at least. That's kind of...
Hey, we do what we need to do. We show up, we talk about the race, and we make it interesting when bugger all is happening, like right now.
Well,
There's
speaking
barely
of
anything
bugger
happening.
roll, King Kong's trying to unlap themselves fully here.
I have noticed that one, and temporarily he did do so. 'Cause
They're inside each
the
other.
Williams and the Mercedes are one of the same.
It's
And there he goes.
probably
He is
not
back
what
on.
Senna wants to be seen at the moment.
But to be fair, you could probably still utilise it, especially with a bit of DRS here and there. Because King Kong's definitely got some pace, so getting a bit of DRS from a back marker, while maybe unfair, depending on who you ask, I don't care about it. Because it's like the DRS rule is if you're within a second of the car that's directly in front of you. Directly in front of you doesn't mean position.
Well, it's a very interesting rule that, and it's a bit of a shame
Frosty's
that
off
we'll,
again.
as I was saying, it's an interesting rule that you can catch off lap cars, but obviously we'll be saying goodbye to the DRS flaps, well, by the next game cycle comes out.
Oh yeah, we're getting rid of our flaps.
For God's sake. Obviously, until F126, or it's... Oh, Daniel Morris comes into the pits, by the way. Until F126, or whatever...
Well, that's early for a medium runner.
Yeah. Until F126 comes out, or there's another sort of F1 game coming soon with the 2026 rules, you're going to be seeing the DRS buttons here a bit more often than you would in real life for the next 6 months or so.
Yeah, it's a shame that Jensen can't find his way onto the grid for a one-off race at Abu Dhabi.
You know what he's going to do? He's going to get himself into the young drivers test.
Yeah,
So he can be the last guy to do it in an official F1 event.
The DRS button. Because I still love the fact that Jensen Button is the first person to push the DRS button. So wouldn't it just be very poetic at the end of his racing career, mind you, to be the last person to press the DRS button? To be the last person to push the button that Button pushed first. I'm just trying to see how many times I can say button in a sentence that makes sense.
Well, while you think of that, let's have a look how Dan Morris is getting on since his pit stop. He's down in 9th. Frosty comes
Daniels
in.
and Central Finley are very close together again. If that even was understandable, as Jax Daniels peels into the pit lane for both the soft tyre runners now in. And that allows Senna to have a 10-second lead as of right now.
Oh, excuse me.
I bet the top three would be
Frosty
very
onto
happy.
another set of softs.
Interesting.
And he coming out side by side with the McLaren. Dan Morris manages to get ahead with the undercut.
The undercut around here does seem to be quite potent if you perform it correctly. But the fact that the undercut on the hards was that effective, what's the undercut? What's a multiple lap undercut on softs going to be like? But we saw this, I believe, was it Mexico?
Oh, was a bit wide into the little left section there. Up the hill there's a very slow Ferrari, that smug git. Looks like he's had a bit of a moment coming through the right-hander at the top of the hill.
10-second penalty for Senna, speeding into the pit lane. Championship leader with a 10-second penalty, and I am also still exclusively looking to the right. Whenever it's the onboard, I'm only looking right. But yeah, that is not what Senna would have wanted to see. Coming out of the pit lane.
He's going to stay ahead, fair play.
Convincingly. I think that DRS that he's been getting from King Kong has
I think
really,
I've
really
got a
helped him
feeling
there.
Dan Morris and Frosty being held up by Sainzy's Red Bull as well. And the fact that they're fighting each other. Frosty look at the inside of turn 4. He makes it the outside line. Dan Morris has the better line through turn 5. Comes down the hill into the little dip here. Dan Morris still has the better line. And it looks like Frosty's going to concede for the time being, but there will be a DRS zone in about 2 seconds.
Dan, I figured out why I was only exclusively looking right.
Oh, no.
My wheel was rotated. Yeah, oh.
As we see them side by side once again, the McLaren just has the better lines everywhere. The Sainzy now into the pit. He's going to give Dan Morris some DRS down the straight. So it kind of means Frosty's going to need some battery work maybe to get past.
He takes the inside line.
They're side by side
Morris
again. Morris has the better line. They're still by side. They're still side by side.
Still side by side, still going.
Concede for the time being. Is he going to look into turn 4? No. Frosty has it covered. And I think Frosty's just got the advantage for now.
But it'll definitely be very interesting. Given the pace we've seen from Senna so far this race, he should be able to quite comfortably pull a decent gap as Jax Daniels gets his first 3-second time penalty of the event. But the final phase of the race, that final stint, will be very interesting, with Senna obviously having to serve himself a 10-second penalty. And it'll be interesting to see what tyre he goes on to, seeing that he's gone for the hards. The purple to the final sector for Frosty Racing. But Jax Daniels is the pace setter. Absolutely flying. I will be back momentarily as I feel the need for a warm beverage.
Fair enough. So I'm going to take cover for a time being. It looks like Dan Morris's attack on Frosty is going to be over for the time being. Let's have a look through the field. There's Michael and Sainzy in the two kind of Red Bull family cars, obviously one being in the actual Red Bull team, one being the V car. They're having a little battle for 9th place. Frosty is caught onto the back of the other V car, which is Blunt Blade, who will give Frosty a little bit of DRS down the main straight here. Senna is still, looks like he's set my fastest lap, a 16.276 to Frosty on them soft tyres. Clearly he's got them up to temperature, and obviously we'll have a little bit of a grip advantage over the McLaren of Dan Morris for the time being. Senna's still hunting down the two Alpines, trying to get the lead on the road once again. Obviously it may not be the overall lead if the penalty situation stays as it is. I think probably his ideal situation is to hope maybe Frosty and Dan Morris get caught in a bit of traffic for the next few laps. Now let's see what the two Alpines do here. Coleman's going to stay out, Finley's going to stay out, and Senna's going to continue the hunt for the on-circuit lead. Now, I think looking at times, I think if he does, oh, Frosty's passed Blunt Blade. Don't know if you guys can see that on the main stream. It looks like them softs are really working well now. Now, the only people who've not made a pit stop just yet, it looks like it's Smudgit, Blunt Blade, and the current 1-2 of Coleman and Finley. I'm surprised Coleman's gone this far with a set of mediums. However, we've seen some interesting things going on in this race, and I don't think the interesting things have finished yet. Now, I kind of do with my co-commentator coming back any second, because I too could do with a warm drink, and Coleman comes into the pits now. Let me... As we see, Senna has passed Finley as well. So we're now down to 3 people on the tyre they started on. However, you just have to think, Senna with 20 lap newer tyres, I think, well, it's kind of knew it was going to happen. It was just a matter of how soon and where the pass would be made, and he made it on start finish straight from the looks of things. And he's pulled away from Finley. Finley going to be out of the DRS this time. Stays out for the time being. But he's going to have the fast approaching Haas of Frosty Racing real soon. No DRS for Frosty, but maybe next lap or even in the midway point with DRS. Now, probably going, yeah, the move might be inevitable here between Finley and Frosty. I think it's going to be start finish straight if Finley doesn't pit. Now, one could assume that the hards are probably going to be able to do 30 laps. As we're going to see possibly an oh, Frosty right over the curbs at the exit there. And Frosty makes the move. DRS, fresh tyres and the softer compound. He is through and clear into turn 1. And now Frosty will chase down your on-the-road leader Senna, who he has 3.3 seconds to catch. I
see that Frosty has been getting what.
Oh, there's a yellow flag. It looks like Jack Downs has gone round to turn 3. It's not been the Grand Prix that the Kick Sauber's been looking for. As he's side by side with Lord Coleman, it looks like. Now,
I have got my vanilla hot chocolate.
Ooh.
Because you know those Monin syrups.
Yeah.
Got some of that stuck in a Cadbury hot chocolate from the coffee machine I've got downstairs, and oh my god, it's heaven.
Well, now you're back with your warm beverage, I'm gonna go get one of my own.
Oh, by all means. I shall
Because,
once again take over.
yep, I shall leave you in safe hands of a nice warm boy.
Don't ever say that again. Please and thank you.
Alright,
I
I'll be
never
back.
want to hear those words uttered like that again.
I'll be back in a minute, ladies and gentlemen.
Anyway, where were we? We need to figure out what's going on, where and why. We know why. So, Daniel Morris looking to try and recover a bit of time loss, because I mean, I went down to make my drink. What must not have been more than about 5 minutes. He's gone from being right behind. Oh! Senna's round! Senna is round! Let's hope that Williams has another set of hards to go on to. Careful of the speed limit going into the pit lane. But from what looked like a very textbook race, for our championship leader has suddenly turned into a bit of a nightmare. However, we are less than halfway through, so Senna has got plenty of time. Let's see if we can sneak preview what the tyres are. I can't see, but it looks like a potential set of medium tyres, and that is the medium tyres on Senna's car, which, unless he can be really good on them, will lock him into being on an extra stop. So this could play right into Frosty's hands. But then more impressively at the moment, it must be said, is Centra Finlay in P2, 28 laps on his hard compound tyres, and he is still chugging along out the front. So, not really much in the way of battles going on. So, back to the thingy. Sorry, I was getting a bit distracted by some external factors as position change? Okay. But Dan Morris looking to be moving up the order again. Oh, that hot chocolate goes down smooth. Smooth. wrong button there. People still out on 30-lap-old tyres. Impressive to see King Kong on 22-lap-old soft compound tyres, which I've only just noticed. But as you can see on the screen now, we've got Daniel Morris within the DRS of the Alpine of Central Finley, who is doing a stellar job as it currently stands. But Frosty Racing is the race leader after the mistake from Senna. Haven't a clue what happened to him there, but definitely not what he would have wanted. However, depending on how things go, as long as he doesn't allow Frosty to score the full 25 points on him, he can still maintain the championship lead by the end of this round. But he did set the fastest lap last time around, so he is flying to try and prove a statement now. Sorry for being a bit quiet at the moment, I'm just sorting things out, but I am trying to pay attention to what's going on. The only battle I can see on the timing tower at the moment is the one that we are watching at the moment, that being Daniel Morris versus Central Finley. Welcome back.
This much?
Yeah. Have a look at the order.
I see Senna's dropped to 9th.
Yeah. Penultimate or final corner must have looped it and got damage. And that's a box. So recovery drive now for Senna. Finley has just pit now off of 33 lap old hard compound tyres for a set of mediums. What hot beverage of choice have you gone for?
I wanted a cup of tea.
Classic, but not to be.
There's no. Oh, Jack Daniels gone round and it's out. And we are under. I can't tell because it doesn't tell us. Safety car, full safety car.
Safety car.
I was very unlucky for the driver in 3rd of the championship.
I hate that I'm having to explain a reference to someone I have decided to be friends with.
Ah.
Because, complete tangent, but I mean, tangents happen at safety cars. We've got a safety car, it's time for a tangent. Because why the fuck not? New Year's Eve is happening for us. We have got that gig.
As Frosty comes into the pit,
we have to do, we need to know 10 songs.
Ah.
So, we need to get working. Scheduling a rehearsal. I think it was for the 29th, and I checked that I'm working, I've got a shift on that day, 9 until 5. And I put in the band group chat, just saying that I'm scheduled to be Dolly Parton and work 9 till 5 on that day. You know, that's a pretty obvious one. And then Dan too put scheduled to be Dolly Parton. I was just like, I knew he was special, but that's to not understand such a somewhat obvious joke / reference. You know, that's saying something. But yeah, we're now down to only 11 runners in this race. Might have been a bit heavy-handed on the vanilla syrup in this, I can't lie. It is. Oh, it's sweet. But it's also very nice. And it is also gone. So, this plays a bit into Senna's hands, but not at the same time.
He's on older tyres
Because
to the guys in front.
He is on the oldest tyres of the field. And in theory, I mean, Daniel Morris will go to the end, I will imagine, from here. Frosty would do well to make it to the end, as would Finley. Blunt Blade will not make it to the end. So, Senna is still in a good position here, even with having to make one extra pit stop because, like I say, with the other medium runners that have fresher tyres, they are not making it another 30 laps on mediums, I don't think. Because I can't imagine those hards felt particularly nice after 30 laps. Dan too was just like, I was wondering what they had you doing in Costa given I didn't get the reference. To be fair, that would be quite interesting. Because all I said was I'm scheduled to be Dolly Parton.
Safety car in this time, by the way.
Wow. Even though you've got Michael, Easy Life and King Kong that haven't caught the pack. But I wonder if Blunt Blade wasn't it Daniel Morris in the lead, like literally a lap or two ago?
Yes, I don't know what's happened there.
He's missing an end plate.
Has he rear-ended something?
But Blunt Blade leads us away here. Looks to be trying to break the slipstream. Frosty already on the attack on Daniel Morris.
Yeah, he's
Senna looking around, just keeping himself clean for now, as Frosty Racing is up on the McLaren. Looks like that damage could be pretty bad as Frosty goes off a bit there.
Yep, Daniel Ross is falling like a stone through the packet. It's not been the ideal restart for him.
However, for the top two, it's been a brilliant restart. Yeah, Daniel Morris is just being completely swallowed up as Michael goes for a lunge there. Contact.
Senna and Smug get side by side for 5th.
Senna already looking at the recovery drive here, as Blunt Blade gets the fastest lap of the race. Going well.
Indeed.
And I've had to say, Centra Finley today has been really solid. Just solid, consistent pace all throughout from start to finish. Let's go on a bit further back. Michael and Dan Morris. Move has been made by the RB. Daniel Morris touches grass, which, you know, if you're chronically inside is a good idea, but when you're in the car, probably not. Centra Finley just managing to hold on for now on the DRS, but it looks as though it has happened. Going towards the next detection point, Blunt Blade has actually broken away in the lead of this Grand Prix.
And Senna's taking his time getting through the field as well.
Well, he is on 6 lap older tyres than the likes of Frosty and Coleman. He's actually 7 laps older than Frosty, 5 laps older than Finley. So, Daniel Morris is in the pit lane. Is getting the car serviced, so he is going to be looking at a recovery here. He's on the softs. So this is going to be a tough stint for the McLaren man. Gaps already beginning to form here, without much to be done. But the top two looking pretty comfortable, especially given the pace that Frosty's been showing so far. These two being able to put the gap on him. He hasn't got any damage, so whether he's just nursing the tyres?
Maybe.
I don't know.
All it takes for these two to start fighting each other, and
Smug Gate with the fastest lap of the race so far.
I don't know about you, I've got a permanent caution sector 2 on my screen. I don't know why it's there.
Yeah, I've got that as well.
Someone needs to patch out ASAP, really.
You need to practically patch out half the game. But yeah, Senna is struggling on those older tyres. So, very much a shame for our championship leader. But as I was mentioning while you weren't here, Dan, is that it's not the end of the world for him, especially now that Frosty is not currently leading.
Only 2 places behind him, so although I suppose if he starts losing out to Smug Gate or Frosty gets past the top 2, could be a different story.
So, what other battles have we got going on? It's close in the battle for 7th at the moment. Oh god, I'm tired. Surely this is the RB past the Red Bull. Pulls out to the right, and a bit of wheel banging there. Seems he tries to hold it around the outside, but just doesn't seem to have the grip. Nope, that is Michael through, unless seems he looks to go towards the inside. Back up alongside. They're still side by side. Potential switchback? Nope, that is the move completed there.
I just noticed Senna's dropping time to Lord Coleman for looks of things.
Yeah, those 14 lap old mediums not looking to be doing him any favours there. It's a shame for someone who looked to be on to
Now,
potentially dominate the race.
here's a point
As
to be
King Kong
made.
and Sainsy attempt to go side by side.
Here's a point to make. Softs versus mediums, they're similar age.
Yep.
Where could Blunt Blade go? He's not going to get softs to lap 66.
It is interesting, but
Is it another set of softs or a medium? If they have any available, obviously.
if they have another set of softs, I'd say go for another set of softs.
Well, they've done hard soft so far, so it's not out of the question.
Yeah. And Jax Daniels leaves the session.
Bit of a rough day for the Sauber driver, but
Been a bit of a rough season for him altogether. The only race where he's had a good result got voided.
yes. Anyway, Finley's getting a good run here through the final sector. I think we might see that overtake now, is it?
No, he's not close enough. But Frosty has arrived on the scene, and with him
Comes Lord Coleman. Senna's
as
dropping
DRS
positions to
has
Smug
dropped.
Git. And it's getting... If I say the word I was going to say, you would say something, so I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to say this battle has now gone from 2 to 4. And Finley may have some backup in Lord Coleman. Finley hugging the inside, Blade going a bit wider, but seems to be carrying the speed through the final sector.
Speed.
Now Finley seems to be a bit closer than last lap, but look at Frosty in third. We're getting a double dose of slipstream from both Blunt Blade and Finley. And we will be 20 to go at the end of this lap. We seem to have dropped Lord Coleman again. So my comment about Finley having backup has instantly gone back to bite me.
Aged like fine milk.
Yep.
On a warm summer's day.
God, I wish we'd have that again.
I can't lie, that just sounded like you took the fattest fart.
Oh my god, this cup of tea. I need it. You haven't checked in on Twitch chat for a while, so I'm going to do just that.
No, I haven't.
Apparently, according to my thing, why is my stream manager saying? There we go. Stream manager's been a bit weird. It seems... Right, the DRS one has gone off apparently.
Oh.
Why, I don't know. So I'm going to join the only one other person in your actual chat. Who says nothing. Except the bot.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably just a bot. This top 3 is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What was that then? That sounded like a Logitech coming
That was
to life there.
me putting my mug back on the desk. Daniel Moss has gone for sector 1. I don't know how he's ended backwards by there.
Gosh.
Oh, and he's gone again as he's trying to recover back to the circuit. That's it, pal. Yep. There's first gear.
Yeah. Go on. Yay. So, the front is very much stabilized.
Mm-hmm. I wonder, oh, Dan Morris has spun off again and has brought out retired even.
Full course safety car.
So this may have saved Senna if he's not got some unrepairable damage.
Is something I haven't considered because I didn't see what the impact was like. So, let's have a look at our leaders. I would imagine Blunt Blade comes in. I'd imagine that all of them do.
Yeah, probably for mediums,
Blunt
I'd
Blade
guess.
in. Frosty isn't. And Finley is. Coleman isn't. Smudgit is. Senna is. King Kong is. Michael is. Sadesy is. Easy Life is. Only Frosty and Lord Coleman haven't boxed.
10-second time penalty to King Kong for speeding.
So, Frosty and Coleman might have made a bit of an error here, as Blunt Blade, Centra Finley, Smudgit, Senna, King Kong, Michael, Sainsy and Easy Life have all fitted a fresh set of soft compound tyres. And these will run to the end. So, Frosty and Coleman might be in a bit of danger here. So this could shape up to be a very, very tasty final stint.
Mm-hmm.
Top two are going to have to defend for their lives. Oh god, I love safety car moments, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell how, like, in what format do I hate them more? Do I hate them more as a commentator, where I have to try and think of stuff to say? Or do I hate them more as a driver, where I'm just pootling around losing tyre temp and I'll probably
Well,
end
how
up binning it?
about have a brief conversation about the hell of a
Aero.
lineup that McLaren's women's team have?
Oh yeah. A Lloyd.
Ella Lloyd, Emma.
A Lloyd. I kept catching you off guard touching the snooker, and I will continue
Ella
to do
Lloyd,
it
Ella
until-
Stevens, and Ella Hackett.
Oh god. I just love the fact that it throws you off that much that you have to completely stop. Track limits. Safety car went off the road. Anyway, safety car in this time, so no more conversations about women.
Whoa, hold on.
What? I'm just making sure that we're more in your comfort zone, because you don't know really what to do about them.
Yeah, you underestimate what I've been doing tonight. I won't say to the people watching at home, but
Oh, I already know that you haven't responded.
oh, I have.
Oh,
Yep, I've
okay.
had a semi conversation.
You've had a semi.
Anyways, we're back to restart because this cunt.
Drop the C-bomb.
It is a semi conversation. Let's just say that.
Oh, there's going to be some.
But there's a conversation, but
A conversation.
It's no, I don't know.
So let's see how long the top two can hold on while all the people who have gone soft are flying it behind them. A lot of silence there, Dan. It's still a lot of silence there, Dan.
I'm not.
What?
I'm disappointed in you.
What? Most of the grid has gone soft. Am I right?
It's a true.
Finley
It is a
and
true
Blade.
statement. Yes.
Yeah.
It's Finley and Blunt Blades. Finley goes round the outside, riding the curb. A bit of Rossi Lorenzo-esque, and you guys are a bit into your MotoGP.
Squeaky. Oh my god. Oh my
Three
god.
wide with
Three
Senna
wide.
joining the
Three
party.
wide. Three wide.
Who's bravest on the brakes? It looks like it's gonna be Smugget holding
Oh, that
on.
is unfortunate for Finley though, being shuffled down so many places already. I say so many places, he's lost two. But that could have gone so much better for the Alpine driver. Also, not to put a commentator's curse on the fella, but this has got to be the best position late on in a race I've seen Smug get in a while.
goes for Blunt Blades. They've usually been the
Oh,
birds.
yeah, no. Yeah, they've
top
usually
10.
languished around the bottom end of the points, yeah. A lot of times not by their own fault either. So, is this going to be a move here for Blunt Blade on Lord Coleman? Smug Git with the 3-second time penalty.
There's commentator's curse, ladies and gentlemen.
It did not take long at all. Ooh, Senna.
Not lost much
Like
with
a
it though.
missile then.
Not lost much with it.
Yeah, considering he still has his car. He could have lost that. Oh, just absolutely sniffing at the diffuser of that Ferrari. Oh, Blunt Blade is off the track. Smudgit looks to be wanting to try and pounce on that opportunity. See if anything comes of it. No. I wonder now if Frosty is just maintaining pace to keep Coleman within the DRS, but not close enough that he can make a move. But also so that he can try and hold back any of the soft runners, and that lasted quite a long time after I started saying that, didn't it? So Blunt Blade moved back up into P2. Stop yawning, please.
Now we're getting towards the last, well, we'll have 12 laps to go at the end of this one. Let's have a
what
look.
A switchback from Finley.
Let's have a look at the penalty situation. Blunt Blade, Smudgit, Michael and Sainsy have 3 seconds each. King Kong has 13.
What a move!
I completely missed that too.
I don't know what turn number it is.
It's like the uphill right-hander. Judging on when you said it.
Yeah, down the inside there.
Fair play. Now, thinking about these 3-second penalties for Smudgit and Blunt Blade. If Senna puts himself in a position to, could Senna get on the podium by penalties?
Yes.
Not the way he'd want to get it, but if it's a podium to podium, I guess.
He'll definitely be thinking about it. But ideally, he would want to get past Coleman.
Yeah.
Then, past... hope that the front two get past Frosty.
Yes. While you have a... As the slipstream games are now starting. We saw Frosty go right over to the right side, right up to the pit wall almost.
Round the outside.
What a move! The newer tyres.
Just using all of that grip. So Senna up on Lord Coleman now. Frosty is the only one still on those mediums, and you can tell that they are not liking him.
It looks like Blunt Blade is starting to make an advantage.
Yep, Frosty has now dropped out of the 1 second window.
By the way, Senna's picked up a 3-second penalty from the looks of things.
Oh dear. Not what Senna would have wanted.
So, right,
But
let's have a
Smug Git
look.
now should have a good run on the Haas. Moves to the inside. Late-ish on the brakes, but just doesn't commit to it fully. It looks as though, especially on these tyres, just lobbing it round the outside is kind of the way to go. Senna down the inside of Smug Git. Doesn't make it work. Very janky there.
Now, if it keeps going the way it's going, Blake could clear the 3 seconds needed to win this race out overall.
Oh, he's gained a second this lap. So, it's definitely doable. Venture Fiddly and King Kong side by side. Fiddly round the outside of the second to last corner. Lovely move. So, Smug Git once again trying to get past on Frosty. Just not close enough, but this has sort of trapped Senna, who won't be particularly happy to be stuck where he is now.
It seems the win is,
There's a lock
well,
up there.
unless he can stay within this 3 seconds, it seems like the win's slipping away from Frosty. It'd be a cruel end if that's the way it goes. It just seems like the strategy's just not worked for the Haas driver.
It was a gamble to stay out, but maybe if they thought that everyone else was going to go in, they would have themselves, but Smug Git, this is the closest we've seen him so far, I think.
You've got to keep an eye on Senna.
This should be moved done, although he switched the battery off. He's gone for the outside.
Oh, there's a bit of contact.
And that allows Senna through.
So Senna will have... well... actually no, Senna's going to need to stay ahead of Frosty by 3 seconds now.
But all of this does mean that Blunt Blade...
well, not yet.
got the gap.
Not
No,
yet.
he's got the gap to Frosty.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the wrong timings, yeah.
Yeah. You'd have let me finish my sentence. But the thing is now, Senna's going to want to get through on Smug Git.
Indeed.
And then Senna will probably just launch
He's
it.
got 5 laps to do it if he's going to have a go.
Senna down the inside of the Ferrari, makes the move stick. So, here we go. Lap 61 of 66. How much has Senna got left? Maybe the gap to P1 is a bit too large for him to make up. But will he be fancying his chances at dropping the other two and trying to make sure he finishes this race in second.
And well, it seems like Frosty's staying, but whether he's going to have the pace to get back past is a different story.
The thing for Frosty, if he just stays where he is, it's a P2 finish. It may not be on the road, but it's a P2 finish. Maybe Senna does just have a bit of unrepairable damage after that collision that he must have had with the wall
Yeah.
earlier on in the race, because he does not look to have much pace.
It looks like, oh, so there's a bit of a move in the background for Finley. He's through on King Kong, who's done well to recover from an early incident.
Oh, definitely. Be a good finish on the road for him.
He dropped down to 8th from the looks of things, but possibly might fight for one of those 10 seconds to get removed because of the incident early on.
He would have grounds to have that removed, I would imagine. It is technically easy to do, because yes, it was a penalty served, but it shouldn't have been one. Senna has managed to find a bit of pace this time around.
Now, 3 laps to go here.
I don't think he's going to have enough time.
But we need to see where Frost. I think doing my mental math here, Frosty will be P2 with Senna in 3rd.
Oh,
As Smug it looks like he's slowed down.
must have been a mistake there, but that could also be the break that Senna needs, because now there's no DRS to keep them gaining, and Senna's got the tyres. As Easy Life gets the fastest lap of the race at a 1:14.6. So yeah, these last couple of laps now
Yeah,
are going to be critical.
2 to go. The gap down there to 2.5, but 2.5 isn't 2 laps. It's going to be a big ask.
I don't think Senna's focused on the win now. He just wants to put 3 seconds between him and Frosty.
Even that, a second, with how close the two have been, a second is still a big enough. It's a quite big difference to make.
I've got my eyes completely glued on that delta. Senna's now within 2 seconds of Blunt Blade. Well, was.
No, it's going to be a hard ask, I think. To both I think the win's out of the question now for Senna, but it's going to be a hard ask to. Oh, maybe half a second in a lap isn't. He's already gained half a second this lap, so maybe another lap like that as we on to the 66th of 66 laps.
Still tied.
Yep. This will be an interesting battle to the checkered flag here.
Senna has been.
His sector one doesn't seem to have pulled. His sector one doesn't seem. Oh, maybe I don't know. He's just randomly pulled 2 tens out of nowhere, really. But that could just be the speed difference.
Sector.
Yeah, but the best identification for where Senna will be as they come through the final sector into that kind of newly we're coming to it now. The recently reprofiled. The recently reprofiled section from a couple of years ago. It looks like Blunt Blade's going to hold on to the on-track win, which is a really good result for the Visa Cash App Racing Bull driver.
But look at that.
And delta. Look at that, it's 3, well, it's just gone back to 2.9, but yeah, it's over 3 seconds. I think Senna will be safe. Blunt Blade takes the win here in Spain. Senna second, and it looks like Frosty's going to have to settle for third.
23 thousandths of a second.
And we're going to look a bit further down the field. A bit unlucky for Lord Coleman, who comes home 7th, but will take 6th in time afterwards. And then we're going to see the 2 final finishes there. Michael and Easy Life both kind of struggled a bit today. Obviously, different reasons. See Michael come around the final corner to cross the line, take the checkered. And Easy Life should be shortly following.
Oh, what a race that was.
Yeah, it's been one of the most entertaining races of the season, I think, that. And, well, you can see there the game's given Blunt Blade drive today. I think I'd agree with the game there.
Honestly, yeah. Race winner, driver of the day, most overtakes.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah. Oh, the results are on screen there for you, ladies and gentlemen. Blunt Blade, Senna and Frosty, your top 3. Smug and Finley rounding out the top 5. Coleman, Sainsy, King Kong, Michael and Easy Life rounding out the points and the finishes. With Daniel Morris, Jack Stiles and Syme, your retirements.
Got that in just in time.
Indeed.
But another thing of note for Blunt Blade is that he started the race in 9th.
Yes.
And went on to win it, so very, very, very good stuff there from the RB driver. Anyway, that's pretty much us done for tonight. Ending off round 7 of the season. Next time out, we are where, Daniel?
Las Vegas, which will be kind of following the real life calendar. Obviously, the real life Las Vegas Grand Prix will be this weekend.
Yes. So, we shall see you all under the floodlights and the many, many, many billboards of the Las Vegas Strip.
Yeah. Thank thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next week.